there. Riverside only sent in 3 men, so we know what Riverside's going to be doing. They're just playing conservative defense now, trying to keep everything in front of them.
Terrence Solomon, who had the sack that led to the 3 and out. He's the lone safety deep. Now ends up being 2. Trayvon Watson the other. Handoff goes to Bateman, and down he goes. A run for only 2. Do you like the play call, Dan?
Not really.
Yeah.
And the reason is you're down 14. Time's ticking on you. The time's not on your side. You got to get something in the air now.
They're looking at their lowest point total of the season, a ball club that averages 41 points per game, held to only 14 tonight, 27-14 our score, 8:34 to go here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. LeGrone on the blitz. Here he goes. They rush 5. Back to throw. Potter swings it out near side. Caught Bateman 20, and he tiptoes out of bounds at around the 25, make it 26. That'll be a pickup of 8, maybe 9.
I don't really like seeing the 3-man front from Riverside. I'd like to see them continuously be aggressive. Maybe send the 5th guy in with that 4-man front.
What they used to do, but not in this game, is send Jonah Moy, a man who's been a guy I've never really talked about tonight. Unfortunately, him and A.J. Hodgkins here in the lineup tonight. They've been 2 guys that have been shut down by that Vikings offensive line, who have been one of the best here coming in. 3 wide set, Potter to throw. Looking as Potter does return to the game. And the pass is caught, but no. Scooping off the deck is the all-star receiver Hampton. Make it 4th and 2 now. And this crowd is becoming uneasy. They know the scenario involved. A loss, and they would officially fall out of the playoff picture for the time being.
Boy, Coach Brett Peabody was totally upset right there, feeling that his receiver was not down by contact. Could have been going to the house.
Well, they did call that a catch, but apparently he was down, as you mentioned. Clock keeps moving. Potter to throw. In trouble. Eludes out of 1 sack. Steps up in the pocket. Takes it himself. And runs out of bounds after 5. And the clock stops with 7:44 to go. And the Vikings trail, but only by 13. It's a 2-possession game. Is that Kenny Potter who's hit again? No, that'll be another man. That's
a big boy.
One of the big boys.
Yeah.
They have paved the way for another monster day out of that running game. Unfortunately, Potter has been, or Brock Dale, no matter who you got at quarterback, they've been bottled up tonight.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that Coach Peabody is doing this, switching back and forth from Dale to Potter. What did the great coach of the 49ers say, Bill Walsh, say?
When you got 2 quarterbacks, you have 0.
There you go.
And the thing is, when you look at that quarterback scenario, just look no further than the away team, the Riverside Tigers. You had Wilinski, Fernala, and King, and your passing game struggled. And that there's still, Riverside, I could contest, are suffering from their instability at the quarterback position.
We could still say that. And a lot of it has to do with Isaac Whitney not getting any touches. I mean, he's your stud wide receiver, and he's been
negated to 1 catch tonight and 2 over the last 2 weeks. This is a man who entered week number 6 with 35 catches for 541 yards and 2 touchdowns, yet so far over the last 2 weeks tried 2 catches for 12.
Boy.
Far different story.
And he's a guy with 10 offers from 10 D1 schools, so it's kind of
He's looking to go to Skylar Howard's alum right now, West Virginia. He's in his top 3, but boy, it doesn't really matter when you got the production like that. It's just been so disappointing. I would like to see and really talk to him during the week as to why in the world the production has fallen off a cliff the size of really Mount Everest. It has just been night and day, the production for Isaac Whitney. 7:34 to go on a running clock. 4 wide set. Potter rolled out to the right side. Pass rush coming, floats it long, has a man deep, nearly caught, but it's intercepted. Taken back the other way, that's LeGrone across the 45, and down he goes at the 46-yard line. Interception number 2 for Kenny Potter, and that may be the dagger in the Vikings season.
Potter right there, not noticing that there was a cover 2 defense out there, electing to throw into double coverage, and hey, looks like Riverside's going to take this one away.
They'll literally snag it out of the arms of either Potter or Dale. Doesn't really matter. They've made plays as with 7:19 to go, the Tigers, in what looked to be a close, hard-fought game has actually turned into a one-sided affair as the Tigers have scored 24 of the last 31 points and are looking to put the ice in the coffin here for the Tigers. Handoff goes to Denzel Foster, and he crawls ahead to midfield, a gain of 4.
It's time for the Denzel Foster show, I would say.
Yeah, really.
Keep handing the ball off and let him run out this clock right now.
Not only are the Tigers rotating receivers and running backs, but out of the game for Riverside is Dwayne Wallace, the freshman offensive lineman at 350. I'm sure he's going to be a staple of the Tigers next year on the offensive side.
On that last play.
And into the game is Darius Jeter.
Yeah, on that last play, he was lined up at tight end.
Along with several others, including Pome, who's in. Handoff goes to Foster, outside 45. First down and more, and he's tripped up at the 38-yard line. Another gash, that time for 12. First and 10, move the chains.
Very impressive right there. Without a fullback, single back in backfield, and you just let the big boys in front just work.
12-yard pickup, Riverside, 6:32 to go. They can feel their 5th consecutive win in a National Central Conference Championship. Nicholas King, what I thought was a relatively solid first half, has been really not even a factor in the second, but Riverside has been able to pull away. Isaac Wishney pushed out to the right-hand side. Denzel Foster flanks the quarterback. Read option. Here goes King, bouncing outside and unable to get past maybe the line of scrimmage. Gain of a half yard, and that clock keeps moving. 5:59 to go here in the game.
You hate to see that. Nicholas King taking some big hits right there, too, at a time right there.
Would you like to see the backup, Kelly Helinski? We've loved the storyline with him. Bounced back from Columbia University. He set records for worst offensive production last year or 2 years ago with Columbia. Now comes here and it was expected to be a dominant force, but not the case. 27-14 Tigers, 5:32 to go. Play clock down to 2. Hand off to Foster, and he's taken down behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10.
Interesting play call coming up right here. Will be really a seal-the-deal type of play if they get this first down right here.
5:15 to go. The Tigers are a mere 1 or 2 first downs away from icing this game in chilly Long Beach, Veterans Memorial Stadium. Chenoweth to go along with Dan Godino here joining you. Ryan Chenoweth, gotta love all the work he does on livestream.com. Again, we'll have the rest of the season here for you on National Sports. King going long, incomplete at the very last moment. That would have been the dagger. That would have been the touchdown to seal it. But the pass going to Jeters out of the hands of Godot, who was there on the coverage. And do you like the call going for the pass there?
Hey, you're going for your number one guy, Isaac Whitney. Yeah, I liked it, of course. But unfortunately, a better defensive play by the Vikings there.
Anthony Zamora now on to punt it away. 4:50 to go. Still not over here, Dan, but
your trusty defense is coming out.
Yeah, I think,
not bad.
Yeah, you put it in the hands of your best unit, which is the defense. 3 interceptions today by them, and looking for another. 4:50 to go. Low snap, scooped off the deck. Zamora, a line drive kick, angled inside the 10, and rolls out of bounds at the 6. The Vikings have 4:43 to go to travel.
Here in this type of situation, I wouldn't be surprised if the LBCC coach brings out Brock Dale.
Indeed they do.
There you go. I mean, Potter already with 2 interceptions. I guess Dale would be the obvious choice in this type of situation with the game on the line now.
Yeah, Brock Dale has 1 fourth-quarter comeback this season. Can he make it a second? A deep drop, fires over the middle. It's caught by Hampton across the 20. And he's able to reach his way out to around the 21-yard line, make it 22. 1st and 10, the clock does stop with 4:34 to go. Tigers lead by 13. Dan Cadino joining you live here on the National Sports Radio Station. 4:27 to go. Make it in the football game. Brockdale operates off a 4-wide set. Looking right. Fires that way. Caught by Hampton and takes a leveling hit at around the 29-yard line. Man, to stamp the receiver is Thaddeus Lagrone, the sophomore, seeing playing time now. And that clock keeps moving here, Dan.
From here on out, this is exactly what we'll see from the Vikings. 2 straight plays, 2 straight completions. I don't want to see the run anymore.
3:59 to go. Empty set. Back to throw. Looking. Fires to Hampton. He's got it. That'll be Blandon to the 40. And down he goes after a gain of 11. Blandon and Hampton, 2 great receivers and 2 great first downs. And that clock stops with 3:51 to go. The Tigers are retreating here on this drive.
3 straight catches so far. You could actually call this rhythm right here.
Empty set. No running backs in the picture. Brockdale back to throw. Loses out of 1 sack. Looking long. Back. Fires towards the sideline. Incomplete. In and out of the hands of Cortland Fort. 3:35 now to go. And the Vikings are methodically working their way down the field, but Dan taking their time.
Yeah, but guess who was involved in that pass deflection? Trayshawn Broughton. As expected.
As expected. Broughton came into the ball game with 5 interceptions. He had yet another return touchdown, but you add the fact that Broughton had 9 pass deflections, and Dan, now make it 10. He's been a dominant force. Oregon State commit, and he's seeing offers from elsewhere. May open up as well. Brockdale, pump fake, hesitates, looks as he throws, incomplete. 3rd and 10, 3:30 to go, and really the Tigers are about 2 downs away from sealing this football game if they haven't already. Coming up the next couple weeks here, Dan, Citrus and Chaffee are your coming opponents. 2 ball clubs that are really sitting at around 500, and if the Tigers were to win this thing, you could be looking at a ball club that goes 9-1 into the playoffs.
But not so fast. Chaffee is a team that did beat this Vikings team right here.
Going to Blandon, the pass over the head of the Colorado commit. 4th and 10, 1 down to go. And looking at that schedule there, Dan, you got 2 ball clubs, including Chaffee. Chaffee, you got to play on the road. No slouches either week moving forward.
No slouch at all. I mean, this is a team that racked up over 34 points on the Vikings in the first quarter of their game.
That's amazing how Long Beach is now at one point from 6-0, now looking at falling to 3rd in the playoffs in just 2 weeks. 4th and 10, this really is the ball game here. Play clock is down to 9. Tigers lead by 13. First down make right at midfield. Back to throw. Dale for the game. Floats it long. Caught. Josiah Blandon snags that one out of midair and got it for 16 yards. Moved the chains.
Boy, great timing pattern right there, and even a better pass by Brock Dale.
Josiah Blandon, the Colorado commit, at 6'4", a towering figure for Brock Dale. And he's trying to engineer yet another fourth quarter comeback. Screen pass, complete. There goes Bateman, 45-40, zigzags 35. Wrestles off another man out inside the 30, and down he goes to the 26-yard line. All of a sudden, we're looking at a Vikings team that is knocking on the door of a game-altering touchdown. They have 3:03 to go.
But it's going to take 2 touchdowns, touchdown number 10 and 11 from Brock Dale if they expect to pull this one.
Brockdale engineered the comeback against Mount Sac, and a timeout is called by the Tigers with 2:55 to go. Plenty of time, but the Vikings got to believe that with a touchdown, go onside kick, because you only have 2 timeouts in your back pocket.
Yeah, and you got to like that timeout taken by Coach Tom Kraft right there, giving your defense a breather. It's at the fourth quarter, and late in this fourth quarter, you would expect the defense to be a little heaved and huffing and puffing.
Yeah, this is a ball club defensively that has been on the field a lot the last couple weeks. But, boy, you got one of the best linebacking cores in the game who actually have been held relatively quiet today. What is the play call here? When you're leading by 13, you don't want to give up the big play, but you want to also make one more final stop to seal the deal.
Well, I would just bring in at least an extra defender.
Make it 5 or 6?
Yes. You got to keep blitzing. You got to stay aggressive in this point. You got to make Brockdale force a pass instead of making a pass.
The argument, prevent defenses lose football games. Well, the Tigers are operating off of a prevent caliber defense, a 3-man front, 7 defensive backs. Looking, fires on the run, completes it to Quan Hampton, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line in a critical first down pickup because the clock stops with 2:48 to go. This is a drive that is only chewed up, Dan, about a minute and a half, and now they're in the red zone.
Riverside content with giving everything underneath.
Another underneath pass, another